Welcome to Brit, Beni Beauty. Today I'm going to share with you my super easy everyday makeup routine. I'm not a makeup professional. I just do this because I enjoy it. So I might be using a product or a tool completely wrong, but this is how I do my makeup and this is how I think it turns out the way that I want it to look. So you can pick up any of my tips that I'm using today or any of the products. I will write those below, so if you want, you can check them out. For starters, I like to just use a little bit of concealer under my eyes just to give like a little brightening effect. So I'm using the Kat Von D. This is the L15 Neutral. I know everyone always does the fancy little hand thing. I don't really know if it actually does anything. So I'm gonna also take this super small, what are these? These are Beauty Blender? Yes, Beauty Blender. So I'm taking this little sponge and I'm just gonna dampen it just a bit. Give it a good squeeze, make sure it's nice and damp. Let's get the hair out of the way, you know. So I like to just go little swipe, nothing too crazy, and then just dab. And I just find the dabbing really helps blend the product in better, and I just go a little bit above my eye as well. All right, so once you're all blended and happy with that, next up, I do kind of a little absurd tinted SPF situation. Basically, I used to use foundation, and there's only one foundation that I do like, and I'll use that in another video just to show you guys. But today I wanted to focus, because it's summer, you definitely do need your SPF every day. That honestly is like hands down probably my favorite skincare, makeup, whatever you want to classify SPF in, because I like to use ones with a tint, so it's a little bit of combo skincare protection, and you get a nice little light tint. It's not going to be anything crazy like a foundation. I just feel like foundation's so like cakey and heavy. So this is my absurd trio mix, and I will tell you and explain to you why I use each of these products and why I use them together. So the first one is the Josie Maran, the Argan Daily Moisturizer. It's the Protect and Perfect. So this one has a tint. I do find this one on its own is very oily, and when I used to wear this one on its own, if I would put sunglasses, I'd eventually look like I was crying makeup. So that we definitely don't want. I have the D-Bronzi by Drunk Elephant. I like this one because it just adds like a nice little bronzing effect. Make sure to shake them up really good, especially this last one that I'm going to show you. This is the COOLA. If you have followed me on Instagram, you know I'm obsessed with COOLA. I swear by their sunscreens. I have like the body one, the face one. This one's the tint. They also have one that doesn't have a tint, which I love as well. Their products are just absolutely amazing, so I would highly recommend. So yeah, like I said, this one is the one with the tint. Really shake it up good. Now that we've got an arm workout in, we're going to take just one pump of the Josie Maran, and then we're gonna take, this is a new D-Bronzi. So I just had to pump it out a few times. I kind of got a half pump of my Josie, so I'm just gonna give myself a little bit more. This is almost out, so I do like when I use this trio, they kind of finish all at the same time, which is nice. Gotta open up my COOLA here. So then you just give a nice squeeze of the COOLA as well. And then you're simply just going to mix all of the 3 products together. So the Josie, like I said, is quite oily on its own. The D-Bronzi adds that little glow effect, which is nice, gives you a little bit of extra color. And then the COOLA, what I like is it mattifies and it holds. I feel like it really helps to hold the Josie Maran tint on really nicely without getting that streaky crying down your face effect. And if you can tell, I'm really just patting it in. I'm not really one that likes to just do these crazy pulling on my skin motions. On the top of your eyelids, remember you definitely want SPF around your eyes. And then once you feel like you've got all the areas, now we can go on to the next step. I would recommend to actually wash your hands before moving on, because you're gonna turn all your products a little tinted brown, which is kind of nasty. Now that we're done that, with our fresh, clean hands, I am going to take, this is the MAC Studio Fix powder. Had this forever and I absolutely love it. It's NW25 is the color. And I normally personally find myself, if I'm one color in MAC, like concealer, foundations, and whatnot, I'm normally the same in the powder. So I just lightly dab. I prefer to use the Joe Fresh rounds. You can actually just pick these up at Loblaws, your superstore, and these are absolutely amazing. And they fit just below in the little pocket. So I like to start by dabbing even under the eye. I use this almost like a setting powder, I guess you could say. It just adds, especially during the hot summer, it just adds that extra layer of powder. So just in case you're sweating, it helps to hold your tint, your SPF tint on your face without sweating it off. But do keep in mind that those are physical sunscreens. So you do need to reapply them every few hours. Powder is on. I really just like how clean and crisp that makes your skin look. And it doesn't look cakey, it's just super clean and crisp. So next, we are going to move on to the brows. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've used this forever. This is in the color medium brown. Don't know if you can see that. Don't know if the hand thing even does anything, but you know you gotta do it. So I simply fill in the areas where I don't have hair. I like the shape of my eyebrows, so I just fill it in without going crazy. And then with a little wispy, go through, check if there are any more areas that need to be filled in. Those look pretty good. I don't spend an excessive amount of time on my eyebrows because, you know, like they say, they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Okay, so next, this tool, honestly, is probably one of my favorite. If I was like stuck on an island, like one of those island situations and you could only bring like one thing, other than SPFs, I'd need to bring 2 things. It would definitely be the Uemura eyelash curler. This is the full size. Absolutely amazing. This literally transforms your eyelashes. Mine normally just stick like straight out. And then I find when I curl them, they just like go sky high, and I love the look. Can anyone curl their eyelashes without opening their mouth? I think like it's impossible, especially for that like initial. So I normally like to do about 2 or 3 spots, starting furthest, middle, and then closest. And when I go closest, I hold it just for a few extra seconds. Not sure if you can see, but those babies are curled. So next, we will just do a little bit of mascara. No, not a little bit actually. I love mascara. I normally layer my mascaras, so I'll normally use like 2 different variations, you know, like a thin one for length, and then one for thickness. However, I did discover this Maybelline Snapscara, and I really just like the look of it on its own. So I'm definitely one of those people where I don't have a favorite mascara, but I do prefer drugstore mascaras versus like getting one at Sephora, because I like the effect more of the Maybelline has some amazing mascaras, and I feel like they give the exact same effect as the ones in Sephora. And I find like luxury brand mascara, they totally just dry out before you can even get like a few good uses in. I do know that obviously you're supposed to check your makeup products because they all do have an expiry date. So it's good to keep an eye on that, especially mascara, because you are dealing with the eyes bacteria. I normally don't hang on to a mascara long enough to run into any of those issues. So I just really like how this gives the length. I feel like it adds a little bit of volume, but not like a crazy amount, so it doesn't look cakey. There we go. Looking good so far. I also should add, like, this look is just a super natural look. I do not go crazy every day. In fact, a lot of times I just don't wear makeup. But on the days that I do, this is typically what I'll follow. Sometimes like I might add like a little bit of eyeliner maybe per se, but like anything else, like an excessive eyeshadow. I'll show you what I do with the eyeshadow here in a second. But like, I'm just not good at eyeshadow, so why even bother with the struggle? So next up, I'm going to do bronzer. One of my favorite products is the Hoola Benefit. I've literally used this my whole life and I love it. I'm one of those people where, like, if I find a product that I like, why change it? Especially with foundation and bronzer. I just find that this gives like a super nice glow. There's no orange, there's no yellow. It's just like a really natural, like, tan glow look. And I'll show you where I put it. I'll put it like up on my cheekbones. And then I'll do the forehead. So I almost do like a 3. So I'll come down here. So I've now done the first part of the 3, and then just get a little bit more. I'll start below my chin and onto my neck here, and you can even brush it down a little bit into your neck. So I've done here, and then we've done the last part of the 3 down here. Now I'll do the other side. I'm liking the look of this so far. We're getting there, almost done. Before I finish with the bronzer, I'll just show you what else I like to do sometimes. I'll just take a little eye contour brush, so it's like really soft. I'll take a little bit of bronzer, and then just in the crease of the eye, I'll just add and give a little bit of definition. I'm not sure if you can see the difference, but it just adds a little bit of definition on your eyelids without going crazy. And it literally takes, what was that, 5-7 seconds, something like that. So it's super easy. I'm just gonna take a little bit of blush. Again, another MAC product. I'll probably also link the brushes. I'll write down the brushes that I'm using too, because these brushes are definitely some of my favorites. I would definitely say like the bronzer brush, and then this eyeshadow brush are really good. This brush is all right. It does the trick for what I need it to do. So yeah, MAC, really pretty blush color. This is called Peaches. I would probably say it's a little bit more, it's like a pink orange for sure. So I'd say Peaches is probably a good name. So I'm just gonna do a little smile, and then just on the apples of your cheeks. Not too much, don't wanna look like a clown, just to give like a little natural rosy cheek. It's perfect. 3 more steps left. This one I have discovered probably like in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, and I just love how it looks. All I do is take a little bit of, this one's Essence. I used to use a different brand before, but I couldn't remember what it was that I used, and like I went through a phase where I stopped doing this trick. So then I found this Essence, and I was like, ooh, now I can continue to do a little highlight eye trick. So yeah, this is the Melted Chrome eyeshadow, super glitzy glammy. This is like really cheap eyeshadow. You can just buy it at the drugstore. So what I like to do is just take a little bit, and I mean like a little. I literally just dabbed my finger on there, and then I just, in the corner of my eyes, I like to shut my eye when I do this. And it's just going to add a little bit of highlight. Do you see it just brightens the eye a bit, gives you a little bit of highlight in the corner of your eye. Into that. Cool. Quick and easy. This you can like throw in your purse. Super portable. This is the Benefit, what is it? It's like 2 watts. Don't know if you can see, but it's like a little highlighter stick. I honestly got this. I might have to write it down below. I think it's called 2 watts or something like that. So I just take it in the middle of my brow bone at the top, and then I'll just smudge it out a little bit. Again, you don't want too much. I was just lightly like dabbing, and then I'll do the other side in that same spot. This is honestly like one of my favorite makeup tricks, just to brighten. You can also like add this if you want on your face a bit. I'd probably say I like the powder for like your cheekbone area, and like even like the nose area. I would say I like the powder more, but you can totally when you're in a pinch, I like to do the tops of my lips. Maybe I went out too far there, got a little excited. And then you can just do a little bit down below on your chin. Perfect. So it's just gonna give you an extra little sparkle. So we all need that. All right, last but not least, lipstick. I do love a good lipstick. I do like more neutral colors. I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to throwing on like a hot pink or red, you know, if you're going out somewhere fancy, but just for like an everyday, I'm like, what would you call this? Maybe like mauvey, or I would do like a neutral tan brown. But this one is the Melted Matte from Too Faced. I absolutely love this. This is called Queen Bee, which is so fitting for me. There we go. There is the final look. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. That was just a super quick everyday makeup routine that I've been doing for a few years now. These are just the products that work for me. These are how I use these tools. Again, like I said, I'm not a professional by any means. I just do this because I think it looks all right. Definitely let me know if you've tried any of these products by commenting below. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe to Brit Beni Beauty if you want more lifestyle, fitness, beauty, all that amazing stuff. I've got some awesome tips and tricks, and they're your way. If you can give a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.